Perceiving God's glorious love. Because of the fall, man has lost the ability and skill to perceive God's love. Restoration is a process that must help us regain the ability, on a personal level, to perceive God's glorious love. It takes effort to regain that sensitivity. But even if we have difficulty, let us declare it in our prayers and communications with God. That is the first step. With the fall, Satan separated man from God and God from man, unfortunately, and created a world where he is the Lord, in that he makes mankind live in ignorance of the knowledge of the spiritual keys of life, so he can easily dominate every person through false and evil thoughts, emotions and actions, and through the false illusion of living a righteous life through material possessions and physical pleasures. Satan has cut us off with the satanic spiritual lineage from love and a personal relationship with God. Satan has worked unceasingly throughout history, 24 hours a day in the lives of fallen people, including through religion, to rumble our spiritual mind with thoughts, which then result in emotions and actions, such as blaspheming God, to make us develop resentment toward God, anger, resentment in our making ourselves feel sinful, unworthy, and that God sends us to hell by judging us mercilessly. Each of us must find our own ability in building up a vessel of God's love in ourselves, but also find a right relationship with God that is positive, happy, and of gratitude, regardless of the good or bad situations in our lives, because let us remember that we suffer or things go wrong because of Satan, not God. This means being temples of God, that His Spirit dwells in us. As the Apostle Paul says, it means living and knowing His love personally, and having the same relationship with Him as we have with our physical father and mother. In the end, you must encourage yourself to restore the dynamism of your relationship with God. God's love for us is always there. It is we who have buried it with so many other material and physical and self-centered things. The first fallen nature that Lucifer developed and passed on to Adam and Eve and all mankind in history is to lose God's point of view. Our life is a battle against Satan because of the fall, and against our fallen nature inherited from Adam and Eve because of Lucifer divided Satan, but God is there waiting for us. If God uses, in our difficulties, someone to bring us or give us proof of His love for us, we must be able to understand it and recognize it and have the humility to acknowledge it. We must be able to recognize and suck the spiritual nourishment of love from God for us. God's love unites us with people and in our family. If it is a weak love, or we perceive it weakly, we will find ourselves separated from others and from God. But if we do this, it also means losing in ourselves the ability to perceive God's glorious love and become the divine spiritual being He had in mind in creating us, and in accordance with His ideal.